Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you exhausted by the madness that is all around you? If so, you're in the right place because today we are going to talk about how to have peace, love, and happiness within ourselves and how to overcome anxiety and fear and worry that keeps you up at night in one step. And a little workshop if you stay to the end. So welcome, I'm Rena, your confidence coach, and today we're going to talk about how to overcome the anxiety that is exhausting. It's mentally and emotionally exhausting, having to worry about so many things all the time. Do you ever find yourself trying to sleep at night and then your mind just keeps going back and over-analyzing things that you did that day? Or things that you did years ago, or in 7th grade, that one dumb thing you said? Does that ever happen to you? Or do you worry about the future? Do you worry about all the possibilities of the things that could go wrong? Do you worry about if your friends are still going to like you if you do this? Or if something bad happens, what would you do? Is that you? Can you relate? If so, you're not alone. The world is so crazy right now that it's up to us ourselves to be able to find that peace within ourselves, because we're not going to find it out there. That's for sure. So we have to be actively engaged in taking back our peace, our confidence, our love. It is not a passive thing. It's not going to just happen. It is so crazy out there that we have to try actively to take it back. And every time we look around, things are stressful. The thing that creates stress is when you have an expectation of reality and it doesn't match what's out in the world. When these two things do not match up, that creates stress. Your brain says, oh, this is not what I expected. And boom, you go into stressful responses. So everywhere you look, you're going to find stressful responses, and your body's going to start building up more and more stress inside of you until you are just exhausted from all of the craziness that's out there. And this wears on our body. Studies show that 70% of doctors' visits are caused by stress. So all of this constant stress is wearing us down. There are a lot of things we can do about stress, but today we're going to talk about our own internal happiness and how we can lower that for ourselves and not worry about changing it for the outside world. So remember that stress is caused when your expectation of reality doesn't match reality. How often does that happen? Pretty often, right? So the first thing we can do, and the number one thing that we are going to learn about today and have our activity about, is to stop comparing yourself with others. When you can start your day with your intention of how you want to be that day and not worry about anyone else, that is what creates peace, love, self-love, and confidence, because you're doing what you set your intention on for the day. What is the opposite of this? What takes this away? What is the thing that we need to cut out? Throw it away. And that is the comparison trap. Don't get trapped in the comparison trap. Please stop comparing yourself to others. Because what happens? You see something. Your brain analyzes it and takes meaning from it. And when you compare yourself to others, you're only taking what you see and you're comparing it to what you feel, what you know, and what you experience in yourself. So what you're actually doing is comparing your internal with someone else's external. And those things will never, ever match up. They'll never match. You cannot compare your inside with someone else's outside. They don't match. It's not even comparing apples and oranges. This is comparing the orange to the orange tree, or the little seed that sprouted and grew into an orange tree that eventually produced fruit. You can't compare the two. They're related, but they're not. You can't look at someone else and know what they've gone through to create that orange, for this metaphor, when you're just a little seedling. And you're like, but I should have an orange too. I'm also an orange tree. But your job right now is putting roots down deep into the ground and growing. And you will produce an orange in the right conditions. But you cannot compare. They will not match up. I hope this makes sense. Your internal, what you feel, what you experience, what you think, cannot be compared with what you see. Whether you see it in real life or you see it on social media, which is the worst. Social media is so detrimental to us. And here I am putting videos on YouTube, I understand. But it's the comparison. Because when your brain sees something, it processes it and analyzes it and makes meaning. That meaning is based on your subconscious mind, on those core beliefs that were set in you from the time you were in the womb and born until about 6 or 7 years old, before you had any control over them at all. So no matter what you do, when you try to compare your subconscious beliefs, it won't make any sense and it will not match up, and this will cause unwanted stress in your life. This stress is damaging, as we know. This is what keeps you up at night. This is what makes you exhausted from having to try to do this all day, trying to balance the scales that will never balance. So this is the thing that we do. We start our day with intention. How can I be the best version of me today? And you can scenarioize happily. How can I be the best me today? What are some things I can do that will help me be the best version of myself today? I personally start every day with gratitude and meditation. And starting every day with gratitude, I do not get out of bed until my heart is full of gratitude, until I have set my intention for the day. And who am I going to be today? The best version of me. And that is what makes all the difference. All the difference. If you just get up and you start hurrying about your day, you don't have that intention set. You have no comparison here. So your brain is going to look around for things to compare. And what happens when you compare the external to the internal? Will never match up. You will be disappointed. I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you to know your beauty, your worth, how important you are in the world, what a difference it makes that you are alive, for the love you have to give and to give yourself. This is how we start our day with intention and how we avoid the comparison trap. It's huge. It takes practice like anything else. Your subconscious mind will go down the same paths as traveled down your whole life. So it takes practice and practice and practice. And it took me months of my gratitude practice and meditation each morning. It was probably a little bit each day, but months later, I looked back and I realized what a difference in my own internal peace there was. There was probably, like I said, a little difference along the way, but it was a few months before I looked back and I was blown away, absolutely blown away with how much it had changed my life. And I know it can work for you. It's not going to be a cure for everything in the world because everything out there is still there. but you will be able to have the peace and love within yourself and grow that self-love to self-confidence, which manifests itself as you go out into the world. When you go out with confidence, with love, knowing that you are the best person, the best version of you that day, then that's what makes the difference. Now, not every day you're going to be like the absolute best. You're going to make mistakes. And then when you lay down at night, your brain's probably going to replay those and it's going to think of better ways to do it next time. But that's what life is. Life is all about learning. We have our entire lives to figure it out and to learn. So be kind with yourself. Be gentle and know that it's not your fault, that this is what the brain does. But there are things you can do. And everything that you do adds up and compounds to make you the person that you are. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, if you change your personal reality, you will change your personality. And what he means is, with your personal reality, like starting the day with gratitude, by setting your intention to be the best version of you that you could be, by connecting with your higher self and saying, what would I do if I was the best version of me? If I was the most confident, the most happy, the most successful, how would I behave? And think about it. Really make it real to you. Imagine you going throughout your day. And what would the best version of you do when you get to work? When you interacted with your coworkers? What would you do? After work, when you had all your errands, how would you be? And before you know it, you become that person. And you look back and you're like, how did I get here? Somehow I transformed. This must be working. And I've seen that in my life. So what can we do to get started? I would like you, if you watched this far, thank you. But I would like you to get some paper and something to write with. So get yourself paper and a pencil or a writing instrument. And we're going to practice your writing skills. Writing is a direct connection to the subconscious mind. That's why, as a teacher, not always, but when I was teaching spelling, and not always teaching spelling, but the times that I was teaching spelling, I would have to teach or assign students to write the spelling words over and over and over. Do you remember doing that? Because what it does, it connects to your subconscious mind. So you know how to spell the word by rote, by memory, right? So you can spell words, you can write things out. Now, what happens if you consciously think about a word? What if you come to a word like memorize and you're like, how do you spell memorize again? And if you try really hard and you use your conscious mind to think about the spelling of the word, it's like you can't remember and you just have to write it. And then after you write it, you look at it. Did I write it correctly or not? Because it's subconscious. It's in your subconscious mind. So writing things down connects to your subconscious mind. That's why journaling is so powerful. Do you have your pencil or pen or writing instrument and your paper? Do you have them ready? All right, what we're going to do, I'm ready, is we're going to use a piece of paper. Any paper will do. I like these because I have a million of them. We're going to make a T chart. So you're just going to draw a line straight down the middle. Make a big T. So your paper will look something like this. Look at that T. Is that a great big T or what? Is it perfect? No, it's very crooked. So on the left side, we're going to put the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself on the inside. The right, we're going to write the opposite of those limiting beliefs, which would be unlimited beliefs. The limiting beliefs are what you see the world through your lens. Those are the beliefs you get by comparing yourself to others. So on one side, you're going to have limiting beliefs. On the other side, unlimited. Limiting beliefs, unlimited beliefs. Limiting beliefs limit you. When you're comparing yourself to others, you're putting yourself in a box that the other person that you think the other person would put you in. But the truth is, we are unlimited beings. We want to have unlimited beliefs. So I'm making this video. I'm like, I don't know how to make a video. I'm not that smart. I'm not that important. I'm not like a published author. I just love brain science and I've done a lot of research and I help people. But I'm not that great. I'm not pretty enough. Not smart enough. I'm not worthy. I don't have PhDs and degrees. Those are all my limiting beliefs that are holding me back because I'm comparing myself to others who have PhDs. But the truth is, people without PhDs can help others too. I'm comparing myself to others who are prettier than me, others who are smarter than me, others who are more talented, others who have more money, more means, better equipment to make videos. And what happens if I let those sink into my mind? Then I won't be able to do this and help you. So I write down my limiting beliefs. On the limiting belief side, I'm not worthy. I'm not very smart. I'm not pretty enough. My ex-husband used to tell me that I wasn't very smart. A lot. And even though I didn't believe him, even though I said, I am smart, I'm a college graduate. Guess what? It stuck. Because he told it to me a lot. He told me a lot of disempowering things to manipulate and control me. And even though in my heart and in my conscious mind, I knew they weren't true, they snuck into my subconscious and they stuck there. So now my work is to clear those out. Every time I find one of these, like I'm not very smart, I get excited because I know how to flip it. I know how to flip it now. You can do the same thing. We're going to flip it right now. We're going to flip it. We're going to say the opposite. So instead of saying, I'm not very smart, I'm going to say, I am very smart. And don't change it. Keep the exact same words, just put the opposite. I'm not worthy goes to, I am worthy. I'm not very smart goes to, I am very smart. I'm not pretty enough goes to, I am pretty enough. Use your exact words because whatever comes up into your mind, and don't use mine, use yours. Whatever comes up into your mind, that's your subconscious. Whatever bubbles up, that's your subconscious mind. Don't try to change it. Don't think about it. That's your conscious mind. Don't get into your conscious mind and try to explain it away. For example, when I said my ex-husband said I wasn't smart and I knew that I was, like that's my conscious mind thinking about it. Just use the words that come into your subconscious mind. And my subconscious mind says, I'm not very smart. Now notice I can accept that I'm a little bit smart, but I can't accept that I'm very smart. So that's what I have to change. Because I can learn anything. The brain is amazing. I can learn anything. I can study anything. I mean, I've learned so much about how the brain works. The neuroscience, that alone is incredible. I can learn anything. I am very smart. My subconscious mind knows this. I mean, my conscious mind said the wrong thing. See, I even make mistakes. My conscious mind knows that I am smart, that I am worthy, that I am good. But I'm comparing myself to others. I often say things, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. Well, what is enough? Who's enough? Who out there is perfect? Who? Who am I comparing myself to? Everyone? The collective whole, if we put them all together and took all their traits? Like what? All I need to do is be the best version of me. I invite you to take a deep breath. Breathe into your heart. Another one. Breathe into your heart one more time. What is your heart telling you? Look at what you wrote down. Do you have anything else to add? You need at least 3. I could write pages. I have done very similar things for pages to work through my subconscious programming. As part of my practice as a subconscious healing coach, I've been doing it on myself, and it's amazing. Let me tell you a little secret. It's amazing. It's absolutely changed my life. So I do this myself. There's a lot of things to do. When we work together, we go through these one at a time. We kill all of them. Now that they're written down, I'm going to remove my paper. Did you have enough time? This is harder than it looks. Do these papers ever rip perfectly? Now that you have your paper, fold it on the line down the center of your T-chart. Look at the 2 halves. Look at your limiting beliefs. And I want you to tear them off. Tear them off. Tear the paper. Tear the paper. And I want you to say, that was then. This is now. That was then. This is now. That was then. This is now. I am worthy. I am very smart. I am pretty enough. And we're going to tear it up. Tear it up. Those beliefs are gone. And throw it away. No more. That was then. This is now. Anytime you catch your subconscious mind going back down that path, because it will try, you're going to say, that was then, this is now. Another one you could say was, up until now, I thought I wasn't smart enough. So if you catch yourself, oh, why am I so dumb? Oh, up until now, I thought I was dumb. That's another one. We didn't say dumb on there, but it's implied with I'm not smart enough, right? So up until now, I thought I wasn't worthy. So if you catch yourself going down that path, because the brain always chooses the well-traveled path, it will not choose a new path unless you show it the way. So this is what we did today. We showed it the way. And now you are free to choose that path. But you might just have to give it a little direction. You might have to have a few reps, put in a few reps. It's like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym one day, do one exercise with this paper, and then you come out ripped and in great, excellent health. You've got to put in the time. And not just the gym, but the healthy eating, so many things. You've got to put in the time. So we're going to put in the reps. And every time you feel this old belief coming up, I want you to say, that was then, this is now. Or if you're speaking aloud, you can say, up until now, I thought I wasn't very smart. Up until now. And what this does, it changes the way you see yourself and the way you see the world. It's like before I wore glasses, I didn't know what I was missing. But I got these glasses, my first pair of glasses in college. And I was sitting in large classrooms and lecture halls at university. And I realized that I couldn't read the board down stadium seating to the front of the room, especially if the professor wrote with a red marker. I couldn't see it. I could see it. I knew it was there, but I couldn't see it clearly. And so I said, well, I guess it's time to go to the eye doctor. My parents both wore glasses, so, I probably need them. So I go to the eye doctor. glasses. Yes, you need glasses. Here's your prescription. I put on my glasses after I got my prescription, and I walked outside, and I was blown away about how much I was missing. You see, when I was a teenager, and prior to this, this is early in college, this is, 19, 20 years old. I thought when you looked at something in the distance, it got blurry. I thought a tree looked like this. Like when you draw a little cartoon tree as a child, I thought that's what trees look like far away. I thought when you watch a movie and they just zoom in and then everything in the distance fades away, I thought like that was normal eye behavior. Like things just got blurry in the distance. I thought it's normal for things to get blurry in the distance. I didn't realize that you could look up at a tree from a distance and see every leaf, not a big mass. I didn't know what I didn't know. I had no idea what I was missing. It had been so long of never wearing glasses that I didn't realize I needed glasses. So putting on the glasses, we're looking around like there's so much out there that we're missing. And by watching this video, for taking a moment to get off the hamster wheel, to get out of the crazy, stressful world and take a minute for yourself, really shows that you are looking at the world differently. Like me looking through the glasses, just being amazed. There was so much out there that I was missing. And I didn't even know I was missing it. Amazing. I loved wearing my glasses at first, like just looking at everything. And after a few years, I started getting sick of them. I went to contacts. And then I went back to glasses because my prescription eventually needed transition progressive lenses so that I could see both close up and far away, which is great. Now I can see everything. Just a little tool made all the difference for me, but I didn't know I needed the tool. Maybe if I hadn't been in college, maybe if I had been working at a job in a retail store where everything was close by and I wasn't constantly trying to see far away, maybe it would have taken me longer to realize I needed glasses because I hadn't had the experience of trying to read something far away. Maybe it would have taken me longer because I didn't know. So don't blame yourself if you didn't know what you didn't know. Don't look back in your life and like, why didn't I do this sooner? Why have I been struggling with this limiting belief my entire life? Don't beat yourself up about it. This is completely normal. Don't worry about what your subconscious brain does, but we can change it. We can change it, and we can do so much more together. I'm happy to help you to change your subconscious mind so you can really get the life that you want. So you could put on the glasses and see the beautiful world that's out there, to see every opportunity that's been there all along. You just didn't know it. You just didn't realize it. You saw it as that blurry tree. You didn't see every leaf on the tree. You didn't get to just sit in awe of the beauty. You didn't have the experience. You didn't have the same opportunities because you didn't see. So I'm going to put my link. Please fill it out if you feel called to do so. If not with me, with anyone else that calls to you, so that you can truly get the life that you love, overcome fear, doubt, and anxiety, and live with peace and happiness in yourself, because now more than ever, we need it in this crazy world. So fill out my application. The first session is always free. See if we're a good fit together. If so, I would love to work with you and to help you. And I will see you soon on the next video. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. And if you enjoyed this, give me a comment. Let me know. If you want to do it again, go back and do it again. It's super easy. Make a T-chart. Write down the exact opposite belief. Anytime some limiting belief comes up for you, write it down. You can do it anytime. Rip it up. Throw it away. Feels great. You'll feel this weight off your shoulders. Before you know it, you'll be like singing and dancing while you're cooking your dinner in the kitchen. So let me know in the comments how that worked for you, if you started that singing and dancing in the kitchen yet, or if you've had any experiences after doing this activity. I would love to hear. All right, well, I will talk to you soon. Bye.